So, you want to be a real estate investor, but where do you start? How do you know what information and sources to trust? That's where I come in. I'm Jonny Cattani, and this is the Investor Relations Real Estate Podcast. Hey guys, real quick, before we start, go to investwithcattani.com and download my free ebook, Is Commercial Real Estate Recession Proof? Now to today's show. What's up, guys, and welcome to another episode of the Investor Relations Real Estate Podcast. I'm your host, Jonny Cattani, and today I'm joined by James Kandasamy. James is the CEO of Achievement Investments Group, LLC. His pragmatic skills and solid communication, interpersonal, analytical, and organizational leadership skills, as well as his deep-rooted background in real estate investment, are what make him unique. James obtained his bachelor's degree in electrical engineering from University of Science Malaysia, an MBA from University of South Australia. He holds the prestigious CCIM designation as well. With over 6 years of experience in real estate and with more than 4 years in multifamily acquisitions and asset management, James complements his ability to drive to offer clients firsthand vertically integrated services in multifamily investment, finding off-market deals, asset construction, and property management. James, welcome to the show.
Hey, thanks, Jonathan, for having me on your show. Happy to be
Absolutely.
here.
Very excited to chat today. Obviously, a very solid resume, but let's kind of jump to the beginning. You started, graduated electrical engineering, then got an MBA. So kind of talk about what led you to real estate.
What led me to real estate? Nothing else worked for me. Stock didn't work. Stock didn't work, I do not know about bonds, so I only know a few investment asset class. But we realized real estate is a bit slow and steady, so it gives us some time to really not jump into the volatility that you see in the stock market. Right, at the same time, you're able to control real estate investment. So that's what makes real estate a good fit for us.
Makes perfect sense. Did you kind of have that sense of finding something after you graduated from college, or did you plan on going full steam into engineering?
No, sometimes when you are young, you wouldn't know what you're going to do, right? We were all taught to be, get into a safe job, right? So yeah, I was doing engineering in semiconductor companies for past 22 years. And halfway through, I realized that, I need to have a second source of income. And when I do that is when I was looking for a different option of investment. So real estate was the second source of income, trial, I guess, and it worked out pretty well.
Awesome. I love it. Yeah, that makes perfect sense, right? The
Yep.
smart ones understand the power of passive real estate. That's really how we build our wealth. So let's kind of jump into it now. We kind of alluded to it in the intro. You guys have a very unique off-market strategy that you use to find deals. So kind of touch on, how that came to be and what that looks like for you guys.
Yeah, so when we started, we were, market has been, if you think the market is hot right now, go back to 2015, and market is still hot at that time, right? So it has been hot for the past 10 years, right? So to get started in this deal, we use different kind of off-market strategy in the beginning, such as cold calling, text blasting, yellow letter marketing, and all that. And the first two deals is where we found, using off-market direct strategy, right? And of course, broker relationship works after that, right? Once you build your credibility or buy your first deal, now comes the broker relationship. And that's where we have been doing right now, because you can't do off-market for larger deals. You can do for smaller deals to get started. But once you get started, once you go above 150 units, brokers come to the prime spot, I guess, as the main way to find deals. So that's what are some of the things that we used or are using right now to find deals.
Okay, and then are you guys also using like mailers and kind of some of that stuff as well?
Yeah, you call it yellow letter marketing, the one I mentioned in the beginning. Yes.
Okay, interesting. So I haven't heard too many people using that strategy. So kind of talk about, how it works for you guys and why you continue to use it.
Yeah, it worked pretty well because we bought like 2 deals in the beginning. We're almost maybe $10 million deal. Let me think. It's 1.5 plus 6 million. So it's almost like $8 million at that time, right now. So that's the big deal that we bought, right? Using yellow letter marketing, right? Which a lot of people in single family guys or wholesalers uses it, right? So as I said, it has been doing very well for us in the beginning, but now we are no more using that. We're using more of a broker relationship right now.
Okay. And what in terms of what markets you get into and things like that, what do you guys look for? What kind of economic indicators and things really drive your strategy?
Yeah, we don't go for all kind of markets. We only focus on our backyard, which is Texas, specifically Central Texas, which is Austin and San Antonio. So yeah, I don't believe in going everywhere in the market. Those who goes everywhere probably, do not know the power of, investing in a few market, because nowadays deals are hard to find. You can't go everywhere and try to find deals. It's all through relationship, and it's good to focus on a few market that you really know well and you know the broker well, so that you can make numbers work nowadays.
Absolutely. I couldn't agree more. And that's why, I was kind of mentioning off camera why I primarily focus on the capital raising side, because that allows me to leverage, skilled operators like yourselves and get into those markets without having to, form all those relationships and things like that. So kind of talk about, obviously you've been in these markets. I'm sure you've seen a ton of change. Are you guys vertically integrated, and kind of talk about that process for you guys?
Yeah, we are vertically integrated. We have property management, asset management, construction. So we have like almost 50 people working for us right now with 8 corporate staff. So yeah, the processes we handle A to Z.
Was that your strategy all along, or did that just
all along? Yes, yeah, from day one, because we do the difficult deals. We don't do the easy ones where you can use a third-party property management. We do deep value adds, which is difficult deals to turn around. So we need very strong, tight-knit control over deals. Right. So yeah, we wanted to be vertically integrated from day one, and we will be for the foreseeable future.
Makes perfect sense. So you guys are into like the very heavy lifts, like C minus D, bring it back up to like a B.
Right. Well, it's a B before it becomes a B, right? So it's probably
right. That's fair.
B. Now one from C, we move to B plus kind of thing.
Okay, makes perfect sense, and that helps. Obviously, having that integration there as well. So, kind of talk about what you've seen in the market and what you continue to see as far as what the future may hold for these primary markets.
Yeah, so we are in a Q2 2022, right, where the interest rate is going up. So what I'm seeing, the market is stabilizing right now, even in Texas. Prices are still going up, but it's I think it's just going to be, a lot of buyers have been worried about interest rate going up because now you have to underwrite with that, additional percentage point of interest rate going up. So I think market is gonna, I wouldn't say slow down, I would say stabilizing. And I think that's what's going to continue for next 3 or 4 months until, and it all depends on where the interest rate goes, right? And what is the message the Fed is basically giving to everyone.
Yeah, absolutely. It's definitely kind of still up in the air in terms of where things are headed. But like you mentioned, starting to see some indicators going off in terms of, kind of mellowing out, at least for now. Obviously interest rates are a big part of that. So what are some of the strategies you guys are utilizing? Are you looking to exit deals? Are you, refinancing? What are some of the things you're doing as we're seeing a shift here?
We're doing a lot. We're trying to buy. We're aggressively underwriting. I mean, we bought like 600 units end of last year, right? Which is last quarter. And sorry, I mean, in Q2, right? Yeah, in Q4 of last year, we bought like 600 units. We are still underwriting deals. We are selling like 1,000 units right now. It's a really good time to sell, and that property it's due for sale anyway. And we are also doing ground up construction. So we're doing multiple things at one time.
Wow, keeps you guys busy, I'm sure. So with your ground up, is this still going to be in the multifamily?
Yeah, ground up multifamily, yes.
Awesome. And talk about what it is you look for there. Obviously, it's a heavy lift in terms of you're literally doing all the construction, but a little bit different than what you guys are used to. So kind of talk about some of those things.
Yeah, it's a new division for us, so it's a lot of learning, right? So, but we are using all our own money. We're not even using investors' money, right? So
Wow.
for a beginning part, right? So to kickstart, because it's risky, right? Compared to existing asset, is pretty less risk, more cash flow kind of thing. Here it's high risk, high appreciation, but it's a risky thing. So we're not really touching investors yet. Maybe in the future we will, but not yet. But we're doing a lot of ground up construction, almost 1,000 units right now on ground up construction.
Wow.
Yeah.
So what did it look like in terms of, gauging the price for like lumber and different materials? Because obviously those are kind of fluctuating.
Yeah, it's crazy. It goes up and down, very volatile, right? So yeah, we have to find a contractor which has some kind of like GMP pricing, like guaranteed maximum pricing, which is able to predict some of the lumber volatility. The good thing about what is happening is like the lumber came down from 1 month ago, almost 40% it dropped because the interest rate going up. Everybody predicting the house builders will not be building houses. So that's the good part about it. Hopefully it stays lower, I would say.
Yeah, absolutely. I second that for sure, because we need it, right? I mean, there's a huge undersupply everywhere in the market. So do you think that building will slow down because interest rates are going up?
I think single family, yes, but not multifamily.
Yeah, I agree. And so that will then directly allow these multifamily prices and things to stay stabilized.
Yeah, or stabilize or come down. I think construction costs are going to come down in the next 3 or 4 months.
Awesome. That's great to hear. And in terms of the permitting and things like that, from speaking to other people in those markets, it can take a while. What's your guys' experience been like?
It is taking a long time. It's like almost a year to get permits and all that. So that's normal in construction.
Okay. So you guys were anticipating that?
Yeah. Everybody knows that. Yeah. If you're not in that business, you're in the wrong business. If you're not used to that kind of a long time, right? So.
Yeah, makes perfect sense. And you mentioned that you didn't bring in investors. Do you plan to at any stage, or is this
possibly in the future? Yes, but not at this stage. This stage is very high risk, so we don't usually bring investors.
Awesome. That makes perfect sense. So on the investor side of things, how is it that you're kind of maintaining those relationships? Are you're just bringing them in for the big value adds? How do you kind of keep that separate?
It's not separate. It's all me. We raise all the money. We are one-stop shop. There's no one neck to choke. There's not many GPs, and we have like almost $500 million in assets. Almost like 70-80% of it is all only one GP. Right, that is me. Right, so we're able to raise, we're able to operate, we're able to do asset management, everything in-house ourselves.
And what's been really the driving force behind your guys' growth?
Hard work and persistence. That's it.
No secret.
No secret. There's nothing. I don't know why people say there's secrets everywhere. There's no real secrets, right? It's just hard work and persistence. And of course, I mean, in short, it's a greed, right? You want to succeed and you want to be different from people too. Like if you do the same thing over and over again and trying to be ahead of others, it's not going to work, right? You have to do things differently.
Yeah, makes perfect sense, especially in those markets. Obviously a lot of competition in those markets, so it's very important to kind of keep those relationships and everything maintained.
Right, absolutely.
Makes perfect sense. So obviously another big part of your guys' thing is you're big on philanthropy. So kind of talk about, how that came to be and what you guys do in that department.
Yeah, we have a 501c3 nonprofit called Achieve Cares, and ultimately we want to really grow that huge, right? By channeling quite amount of profit that we get from our multifamily to that. So basically, that takes it's primarily focusing on education for the orphans in a third world country like India, Africa, Mexico, and all that. I think we can make the biggest impact there. And we are trying to do a lot more related to children's education.
And what was it about that made you want to focus your philanthropic efforts there?
Yeah, I think it's just education itself, right? I think giving someone education is way out of poverty, and it helped them, right? I mean, it helped me when I was young. Our family, nobody have been to college, but I came to college and I'm successful. So, and I realized that somebody mentioned when I was young, education is the only way to be out of poverty, right? And I never understood that until it happened to me, right? So now I believe in it, and we want to contribute that to other orphans who need help, coming out from their whatever state they are in terms of their life.
Awesome. I love that so much. Anytime you can give back, that's really what this is all about, right? Kind of that full circle in the beginning, kind of build, and then you're able to give back. For me, it's mental health. So that's what I'm a big advocate for. So anytime I find someone who also has that side of things, it's really awesome to see. So really love to hear that. Are there any other strategies, anything else? Obviously we talked about there's no real secrets, but anything else you guys, utilize in terms of, either finding deals, acquiring deals in those markets?
No, I think I've shared all of it here. Of course, there's a lot of nuances, right? I mean, you can't cover all that in a podcast. Right?
Talk to me about how you guys use the Brrrr strategy in commercial real estate.
Well, it's where we buy deep value add where we are able to, buy at the same time similar to houses. We buy it, we remodel it, we refinance it, and we keep it for 5 years, right? So we have done that a few times, in our deals, right? So, and one other thing that I just remembered is make sure that you get a mentor. Right, mentors can give you a lot of shortcuts in life, right? And we had really good mentors in our life. We have like 5 to 6 mentors. We have spent like almost 200,000 in our education, so just getting mentors to coach you, and that takes you, very quickly from where you are. I mean, provided you also respond to it, right? Sometimes people get mentor and they don't do their work and they blame the mentor, right? So it need to be mentors probably going to do like 20% of the work, 80% still comes from the mentee, right? So whoever said I did mentorship, I paid for this guy, it didn't work out, it's probably you have to look at themselves, because I have students, yeah, I mean there are a small number of students will really break out and to be very successful, but I give my my effort equally to everyone. I give my time equally to everyone. But there's some students will really break out because they have the other 80% mindset, persistence, grit, and all that, right? So, but you still need a mentor to help them break out. But I can see that people who really want to really break out from their life, from whatever situation they are, really make it through with their burning desire.
Absolutely, yeah, you nailed it right on the head, and that's what's propelled me. Is I joined a mentor group, same thing. Invested in myself, continue to as well. And what a significant difference, right? In terms of your growth, it's just going to be exponential, right? Especially if you want it, like you mentioned. And, you kind of mentioned some people blame the mentor. Listen, if that mentor if there's successful people coming out of their group, then it's very clear it's not the mentor's fault.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
So as a mentor, are you able to pretty quickly see who's, going to be successful and who's not? Or are you sometimes surprised? Kind of talk about some of those things.
It takes time to know someone's grit, right? You wouldn't know in the beginning. Everybody want to join mentorship program. Yeah, I want to change my life. Yeah, my parents are poor. Yeah, I want to be a second source of income. Yeah, I want to help it's very difficult to really know in the beginning who's really wants it, right? It takes like 6-7 months to see who's like doing their homework, who's doing extra work, who's doing what you told them to do. And sometimes it may take 2 years. Some guys, will do whatever we say, and it takes 2 years for them to really find a really good deal and do a deal. But that's okay. At least they came out of it, right? The worst guys are the guys who said all the right things in the beginning when they join, and they never do any work, right? And I can see that a lot of them, right? So they say, actually, go and do underwriting. And how many underwriting you did this month, this week? 0, 1. And there's another guy who's doing like 7, 8 underwriting, right? So you can completely see a different effort level that they're putting. And yeah, as I said, you wouldn't be able to know immediately. It takes like 6 to 8 months, sometimes a year, to see who's really doing that work to break out, right? So
absolutely. Yeah, makes perfect sense. And this is a perfect segue. So I have 5 questions at the end that I ask all of my guests. It's the final 5. Yeah. The first question: what's the best advice you've gotten from a mentor?
Best advice is all about mindset. That's the best advice.
I love that. It's so true. What is it about your career that makes you feel like you're fulfilling your why?
We are giving back right now with 330 kids. Right now, we're sponsoring their education every month. So we are giving back, and we have much larger goal to give back as well.
Awesome. I love that. What's your favorite non-real estate or investment related book?
Think and Grow Rich.
Nice. Love it. Great book.
Mm-hmm.
If you could have any superpower, what would it be?
Superpower. We probably have an eye to find good deals and turn around difficult deals quickly. I love it.
It's a great one. Yeah. Someone said underwriting. Mm-hmm. So yeah. I love when people want their superpower to be related to the industry. It's the best. Yeah. And last one, what's the best way for people to get a hold of you and learn more?
Yeah, my website, Achieve Investment Group, ACHIEVE, achieveinvestmentgroup.com. If you want to come there, you can click on invest with us, or just join my email list. My email is james@achieveinvestmentgroup.com. Our academy is Achieve Academy, achieve-academy.net. That's our mentoring program. We have these are the 2 big sites. I think you can come and get me, and make sure that you get my book, Passive Investing in Commercial Real Estate. Passive Investing in Commercial Real Estate. That's the first passive investors book that came out like 3 or 4 years ago. A lot of people know me by that book, and it's a bestseller in Amazon. It's top 15 real estate book by Jim Cramer, The Street. And I'm also going to be launching another 2 more books soon.
Awesome. Look forward to that. We will link the website. Does your book have a specific landing page that you want to shout out?
Yeah, you can go to Amazon and look for it, Passive Investing in Commercial Real Estate, or you can get the free book. I mean, the same book, but I think you have to pay like $4 something for shipping. If you go to this website, passiveinvestinginrealestate.com, passiveinvestinginrealestate.com. Yeah, you can get that book for free. It's a physical book. It's $20 in Amazon. You go to this website, you get it for like $4.
Perfect. We'll link down in the show notes. James, thank you so much. I really appreciate you coming on.
Absolutely, Jonathan. Nice chatting with you and your audience.
Likewise. Hey guys, thank you so much for watching today's episode. I hope you really enjoyed it. Listen, I know it's cliche and you hear it all the time, but please don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel so you know when the next video is coming out. Even though this is technically a daily podcast, you know it's coming out the next day. We have a ton of content coming your way. So please like and subscribe. It helps a ton. Leave comments. Would love to know what you guys think. And we will see you on the next one. Thanks so much.